Hello everyone, this is Vanessa from bossofmyfeelings.com, and I wanted to answer two questions that a lot of doctors, psychiatrists, counselors, therapists that I kept going for seeking answers, they couldn't answer to me. The two questions that they couldn't answer anywhere I went. One was, why do we go to the past? When we first start seeking help or advice, per se, they usually look at our history. They want to know about our past or what happened in the past or things like that. And sometimes they do that and they don't explain if they do know why they're asking us those questions and what's the purpose, what's the goal. Because for me, it was kind of like poking in a wound. It was kind of like it can be dangerous actually, because you can be re-traumatizing yourself. You can be because the brain, the way it works is, if you relive past memories that are hurtful, sometimes you can recreate the trauma. And I never understood why they would do us. It's like I'm trying to go there to feel better, to find answers, not to get more traumatized. And the purpose is to first find patterns of behaviors, find origins of these patterns of behaviors that we have that could be possibly sabotaging our lives. And also, when you want to heal the past, for example, there's events that are unfixable, and sometimes we just want to be validated, so someone recognizes that these things happen. We're validated, and we don't compress it inside, because when we compress things inside, it can create us to get sick or depressed, or it can create the trauma again to happen again in the unconscious mind. So that was a big one. The reason we go to the past is to find patterns and to avoid not having them again. And the second question that I used to ask and nobody could answer was, why is it that sometimes I just feel like I'm empty, like an emptiness, worthlessness, hurting feeling? It's like we call it depression. Depression is complex, but it's a feeling that we can't describe, we can't name it. And it turns out that these feelings happened sometime when we were very young, and we didn't have names for those feelings when we were young, when we were toddlers, for example, or something like that. We didn't label them, we didn't recognize them. So now that when we were young, when these possibly traumatic events happened to us, we didn't recognize them as with a name, but we know the feeling. So now that we are adults, we have the feelings, but we don't know how to describe it or what name, to put a name on it, because they were embedded in us when we were super young. So those were the two questions that all these therapists, counselors, psychiatrists, nobody could answer, and now I answer them for you, and I hope it's helpful. And take care, and remember, it's never too late to change the story of our lives. And if you want resources, emotional intelligence resources, you can visit bossofmyfeelings.com. Take care.